Hi everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA, and the Enviroscape LA crew has been working on landscapes for over 30 years, and we really love what we do. We're just outdoor type of people. But being a landscape contractor in Southern California has its challenges, especially right now, 2015, we have the worst mega drought that we've ever experienced. So what's happened is the city's actually restricted people to watering once or twice a week, depending on where you live in Los Angeles. It's horrible. The drought has really taken a toll. The latest statistics are that over 12 million trees have died in Southern California because of the stress of not having deep watering that only rain provides. When it rains, it pushes the water down really deep into the soil. So unfortunately, one of the problems, one of the collateral damage, part of the collateral damage of this whole situation, drought situation, is the trees. Well, turf grass, you look everywhere. If you live in Southern California, most neighborhoods, lawns are just turning brown, they're dying. Really bad. So it's affecting our quality of life, because at your home, if you can only water once or twice a week, everything's going to suffer. Vegetable gardens are going to suffer. The wildlife is going to suffer. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And your turf grass is going to suffer, because turf grass and plants really are a carbon sink. They suck in the carbon and they give us oxygen, so they're really great for the environment. When you think about it, a plant or a tree is, in a simple sense, it's a water pump. It actually pulls water out of the ground and it pushes it back into the sky and contributes to hopefully our rainfall in the summer. Well, one of the things we found though is that when there's no water, it's hard for plants to have nutrient uptake, and thus death occurs in the plant world. Well, I'm here to tell you that we found what we think is a magic bullet. I've never seen anything, the reason I do this video is because I've never seen anything act quite so fast and have the results, and we get paid for results. I've never seen the results come quite this quickly. Not only that, but it's an environmental product. It's organic, it's got 20 different strains of mycorrhizal fungi bacteria. If you're in the horticulture world, you know what that means. It's good for the soil. And number two, it's got 20 different types of bacteria. Well, they have a special mixture that gets put together and made it available to us as professionals. I cannot believe the results. So what we're doing here is the Enviroscape crew. You can see all these bags, we're laying it down. In fact, the homeowner, I'm very appreciative that they were willing to finance this particular project, and we're laying it all over the fruit trees, the areas of the fruit trees. We're laying it down on the grass areas. What convinced the homeowners that they wanted to do this is the grass that we put a test plot for about 10 days. We laid it down, and then we laid everything else around, left it around, and the results were so amazing, which I'll show you in just a second. But I did want to show you, I'm also a certified health coach, and I'm a big believer that as a society we need to start growing our own food, or at least a portion of it, even if it's one head of lettuce. We need to start getting back as a society to start doing that. So the homeowner here has fruit trees. In fact, interesting difference, this was treated, this is one of the test trees that was treated just a few weeks ago, and look at that healthy growth. I mean, this thing is just like picture perfect. And then the one that was left untreated over here actually looks like it pretty much was the day we installed it, and it looks like it's got a little bit of drought stress on it. It's just not thriving. And so we did do a couple a test here, and that shows you the results. You have to water it in really good, which is why we have the sprinkler over there that's watering it really good. You got to water it real good about 3 times for the first week, and then the activator takes over, the soil activator, and it just brings this to life. It's amazing. Also, we have the fruit trees here. There's about 20 different types of fruit trees, and then here's some vegetable gardens. We're laying it in. So we've got all different varieties of squash, tomatoes, lettuce. I mean, I'm really, if you're into the world of organic gardening, this is a real treat. This is the Anna apple tree. It gets big, giant Anna apples on it. Fabulous tree, and it's a miniature too. So look at this. I'm 6 foot tall. This thing's about 4 feet. That's maximum height. They keep it trimmed at that height. They've got fruit trees, and it's really interesting that they've got the eucalyptus trees, which are really stressed because of the drought, and they're getting eaten by bugs, by borer beetles. So this is going to really help trees to get stronger. We're planning on making this whole project just thrive in drought. You have a choice. You don't have to participate in the drought. There's an alternative to the drought, and it's what we're doing here. I'm going to go ahead and take you over to the original plot of land. Now, mind you, Enviroscape LA has been about using organics, and we've been about, you know, doing things the natural way, nature's way, for many, many years. We don't like the chemical sprays, the synthetic fertilizers, petroleum-based. We really think we need to get away from those as a society. Now, here's an example. My left foot is standing on the treated, and the right foot here is standing on the untreated. During a drought, you can expect your grass to look like this or even worse. But check this out. It looks like you would think that we tore this out and resodded it with brand new sod. I mean, let's get a close-up of how amazingly green this is. It just literally brought this to life. And then we look over here, and it's just like, eh. So the homeowner decided, you know what? We need to do this. Our quality of life doesn't have to be sacrificed just because there's drought. So there's things that we can do. I should mention that that even if you do a soil treatment, over here, for example, there's little tubes, little lines. This is called Rainbird Copper Shield drip irrigation technology. It's a 0.6 gallon emitter per every 12 inches. And so we put this along the whole entire property. We did this about a year ago. Now, what's interesting is that you can see the lines. You can see the lines here. A year ago when we left, you couldn't see the lines. Why? It was because we put shredded mulch on top of this. So there's a game plan to this. When you see, about a year later, you start to see the drip irrigation lines, then you know it's time for more shredded bark. And what happens to the bark is it disappears. Doesn't just disappear though, it gets eaten up by the good bugs in the soil, and those good bugs are going to make your plants come alive. And so using drip irrigation will cut your irrigation by at least 50%. Using the soil activator will cut it even more. And then you put the mulch down, and this will make for an amazingly happy garden. So living in times of drought, we can get along on a very, very small amount of water. I do want to make mention too that it's important for us to plan this out. Don't just go buy a bag of magic dust, but it's good to have a game plan in action. Again, the drip irrigation, the mulch, the soil activator, all this is part of what we could call a sustainable landscape. So Mike from Enviroscape LA signing off. If you want more information, visit us on our website, enviroscapela.com. When you think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.